Hey guys, welcome to another session in the basics of product management with me Atul. So in this session we are going to discuss product roadmap prioritization. So in this session we are going to understand what is a product roadmap, why is it required, and why do we need to prioritize our features, why do we need to prioritize our roadmap, and we'll go through a basic framework of understanding the steps in this prioritization. What is it that we need to take into our purview? How do we collect data, the value versus complexity graph? How do we chart out the various instances in terms of the pointers that are scored for various features? And then again, how do we pitch it to our stakeholders? So this is the agenda for this session. Before starting this session, a bit of introduction about myself. I'm Atul. I'm a product manager by profession. I have more than 4 years of work experience. Currently, my domain knowledge would be product development and growth, and I've done my MBA from IFT. So yeah, let's start with this interesting session on product roadmap prioritization. Starting off, what is a product roadmap? A product roadmap, in a nutshell, enunciates what is the vision of a product, what are the strategies, and what are the direction that needs to be taken up in terms of feature development, in terms of changes, in terms of the priorities that need to be taken up in order to shape a particular product and its feature according to the vision of the organization or whatever the product manager and the team has its outlook as. So it enunciates both the long term and the short term goals, and basically it also elaborates how are these goals going to be achieved. So all in all, a product roadmap is a sort of a pathway on which the product manager and his teams, along with the developer, designers, and the complete team, walks on this roadmap in order to reach an endpoint that is a goal, and in turn also a few changes are also introduced in this path. So yes, a roadmap is basically an idea, a vision that is set out for a product, and basically it elaborates how is this vision going to be achieved, how is this idea a sort of put down on paper and to be how will it be going to be achieved. So yeah, now coming back to our topic, product roadmap prioritization. Why do we need to prioritize our features? Because our end goal is to make our end users happy, our end users satisfied. Now the prioritization comes in wherein we try and understand what is the need of our end users. We try and analyze the funnel, we try and analyze a lot of data for this, and then based on the needs of the end users, we sort of prioritize the features and satisfy the requirements of the end users. Say your task is to build an alarm clock, right? Now you have introduced certain features in this application, like I'm talking about the digital alarm clock. Now in your roadmap there are a lot of features that you will probably say at the end of 1 year you're going to introduce a lot of features in it. So say one of the features is that the clocks based on the uh, timelines of the world, the clocks of all the cities will be put up in this application. Also, one other feature is that you can also use stopwatch and the timer in that in the clock. So what is the feature that you will try and prioritize for your end users? Now how will you know this? Now there are two methods of knowing this. Basically you can have an internal discussion with your team, and then you sort of arrive at one conclusion that yes, at this point of the time for my user, knowing the time at different time zones of the world is more important. Fair enough, you build that feature and you keep your fingers crossed and you expect things to turn out well. But there is a different framework, there is a different method altogether wherein you sort of analyze based on previous data what is the requirement of these end users. This is the more logical way of approaching the prioritization or choosing a particular feature which needs to be developed. So we are in this session, we are going to discuss that framework, as in how can we analyze the data, and how can we prioritize what is the requirement of our end users, and based on this requirement we can prioritize these features so that our end users is going to have a better experience using the product, and overall it defines the complete success of this product. So yeah, that is the goal of this that is the agenda of this session that we are going to discuss over here. Sticking to our second approach of prioritization, the first step is to gather actionable data. Now uh, say you have a micro blogging website wherein you need to design features on those websites so that the customers or the end user is able to interact on your blogging website in a much better manner. You've introduced an MVP. Now you want to design, you've designed your product roadmap. Now you want to prioritize the features based on the customer needs and what is its requirement. So the first step is that a lot of data will be collected in order to know where are the gaps that are coming in the complete funnel of the user journey that the customer that the customer experiences from the time that he logs in to enter this blogging website, and then how his interaction takes place. So at each phase of this funnel, we are going to analyze what is the problem that is faced by the customer, and we sort of note down each of these problems. So say a user or a user visits your website and tries to log in. So say a lot of drop off is happening as that step, as in where the user is trying to log in, and then again after login, when he tries to search for his favorite blogger or search for his topics, then probably he is not able to find the correct match based on his interest, or say proper recommendations are not being made to this user on the website. So this complete funnel of interaction of that user with the website can be analyzed, wherein various gaps can be identified, and based on that the features can be noted down. So say if the user is having problem in logging in the website, right, or he's having problem in sort of putting in his Gmail site, putting his Gmail ID and logging in through the Gmail ID. So that's a one-step solution to the problem. But that's a feature that has not been developed yet. So based on this analytics, you can prioritize that feature. Then there are other methods as well, like mouse tracking analytics, wherein you can track where the user where the user is spending most of this time on this on the website. And then there are on-page surveys, and obviously the user testing is there. So all in all, the basic step one is to gather the data on which brings in a lot of insights, which brings in a lot of problems which you can analyze, and based on that you can note down the features or the developments that can take place to bridge those problems. So this is the step one. Moving ahead, we now chart down these features based on value versus complexity. So how do we define a value is that what is the uh, end value that is created by introducing this feature into the product. So does it make the journey of the customer more facile? Does it reduce the drop in the funnel that we are analyzing? So this sort of value creation can be noted down, and based on that it can be charted based on the value versus complexity graph. So in this graph we can see that there are four sections. The the features that provide a high value with low complexity, the features that provide low value, low complexity, high value, high complexity, and then low complexity and high value. So from this we analyze that the features which require which are uh, very complex in being able to implement this feature, and they deliver very less value, so that is a definitely no for us to proceed. So this can be seen in this graph that has been plotted in the lower right section, wherein the complexity is very high but the value is very less. So say in the funnel we have analyzed that a user needs to uh, refer his friends for a particular blog post. Now, like probably we have talked to our development team, and sort of reached on the conclusion that this would be a feature that would require a lot of development, a lot of more man hours that needs to be put up in this. But the value that it will be providing in terms of the customer conversion is very less. So, as a team, our decision should be to not go and adopt that feature. Instead, you can, like I said, if a lot of drop is happening, wherein the customer tries to log in the website and he's not able to log in a very facile manner, and a simple integration with Gmail ID can help him log into the website in a much easier manner. So that probably improves our conversion in a much better manner, and the complexity of this feature is very low. So these are the low hanging fruits that are depicted in the upper left corner of this graph. So that ways we can segregate these features based on value and complexity, and sort of target these low hanging fruits for uh, for our product roadmap. So our priority would be to target these upper left corner features first, and then go ahead and solve the problem of high value and high complexity users. So yeah, so that is the step two of prioritizing the product roadmap. Now, based on the features that we collated in step 2, step 3 is going deeper into analyzing these features. Now, say we selected 3 features as our low hanging fruits in improving our uh, blogging website, right? So, say one of the features is implementation of the login feature. Now, we sort of in this step we introduce a lot more parameters in terms of benefits that will bring. So, one of the benefits is the performance. Say it improves the performance of our application or of our website manifold. So this can be any other features. Probably you are reducing the image size on the blog, or anything which sort of improves the speed. So that can be one of the performance features. So similarly, a customer value benefit can be added in introducing this login feature. So that ways, for each of the feature, we dig in to analyze various parameters of benefit, and similarly, we also dig in analyzing various parameters of the cost that is being incurred by implementing these features. So this can be an implementational cost, as in the number of man hours required, or say we need to hire a team of developers to push this feature in a timely manner. There can be a lot more operational costs as well. So if a particular feature requires wherein you need to call the customers to understand, so this happens a lot in banking, wherein you need to call the customers and understand why did they dropped off the journey, and you urge them to again go back and complete the journey themselves. So that induces a lot more operational cost. So that can be also taken up, and then these parameters are scored based on weighted average method, as in based on your discussion with the team, each of these benefits and the cost would be assigned a particular weight, and based on which their scoring will be done, and you can sort of reach the ranking system. Based on the ranking system, based on the score, you can rank these features, and obviously the features which would sort of fit in a much in a better manner in terms of the benefit that they are providing and the cost that it is having, that takes the first place, and in turn it takes the priority for us to implement these features in this roadmap. So this would be the complete methodology in arriving at the a particular the implementation or the development of a particular feature, and why do we need to prioritize it. So in this manner we prioritize it and arrive at a decision. A fourth step is very important in terms of making other people understand why did we choose to go ahead with implementation or the development of this feature. So a simple framework would be to present this study in front of these stakeholders, in front of the team. You need to make them understand that this is the reason that you took up, you analyze the data, and then you sort of prioritize them based on complexity versus value, and then again rank the features. So you give a very organized picture to the team, and then also to support the statement we give the data that we have analyzed through the funnel analysis and different methods as well, and then the priorities are put as the strategic business goals, which are then taken up by the team. So these are the four steps which needs to be sort of followed in prioritizing, in basically coming up with why a certain feature needs to be implemented and as against a different feature. So the next time you try and think that this say you are thinking about a particular product, and you a lot of features come into your mind that probably say a b c d, a lot more features that are coming in your mind. Now you'll, through this framework, you'll be able to answer that yes, probably say implementation of X feature is more important than Y feature, and this is because you have gone through various steps and then reached a particular conclusion that yes, it would be a rational decision to follow for implementation of this feature as against the other feature that was popping up as an idea. So yeah, that is about this session today, and basically we understood what is a product roadmap and why do we need to prioritize a particular feature, and then we again went through the steps for the prioritization of these features. So that was it for today's session. Please comment on the video for any of the questions that you have, and we'll come up uh, with any help that is required. So yeah, thank you so much.